Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. What's up, guys? My name is Felipe, and today we're going to be talking about the mistakes that real estate investors make that no one talks about. Let's get started. Alright guys, before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here. I love making videos about real estate, and we want to be as transparent as possible. So today we're going to be talking about the mistakes that real estate investors make that no one talks about. And it's interesting because we all make them, but no one likes to talk about them. Why? Because they don't make a good Instagram post. Sad. Or, these are the stories that you're not going to hear on podcasts. These are the mistakes that, I don't know if some people might be ashamed of them. Well, either way, let's get started and let's talk about those. My first mistake that I made when starting investing in real estate was not knowing my why I'm investing in real estate. And this is really crucial and really important because at the end of the day, if you don't know your why, anything will derail you from investing in more properties. The first 2 a.m. phone call you get, the first emergency you hear, the first time a tenant doesn't pay rent. Oh man, throw it out the window. I don't want it no more. And that's just not how this game works. I'll come back to my why in a second, but I want to tell you a story from a mentor that I recently had where he was like, Felipe, I want to make sure that every property I get is a home run. And I explained to him that's not how baseball is won. And the example that I gave was more geared towards football. But basically what I said was, bro, yes, touchdowns definitely are the way we get points on the board, but we don't get to a touchdown every single play. Sometimes we have to get that first down, and then that next first down, and then that next first down. And even then, sometimes a field goal wins a game. And it clicked for him. The light bulb went off, right? He was like, that makes sense. And it's true because a lot of times, not every single play is going to make a touchdown. So back to my why. If I know my why, then I can incorporate certain plays to win the game. Does that make sense? My why is going to get me to that next step, right? So I'll give you a story of where I failed. My very first big real estate investment was a 6-unit apartment complex in a city called Cookeville, Tennessee. Now, this is where I went to college. I loved the town, but unfortunately, I didn't know my why at this point. I didn't know why I was investing in real estate. All I knew was that I wanted some real estate. And I bought a property. The numbers were great. The cash flow was fantastic. But what I failed to realize was that no property manager wanted to take care of this property. Now, you might be asking, why, Felipe? The cash flow is great. Everything is great. But a seasoned investor knows that just because the cash flow is great doesn't mean the neighborhood is great. And I had a property manager that I wanted to reach out to and say, hey, will you help me with this property? And all 3 of the ones in town, the good ones, were like, no. Unfortunately, Felipe, the past landlord completely destroyed that property for anyone to want to manage it. And not necessarily like physically destroyed it, but like it was a rundown, tenant occupied, like it just wasn't a great environment. And it wasn't even in a worse part of town. It was just not a great environment within that little 6-unit apartment complex. So I was making good cash flow, but I was also managing the property. And I didn't get into real estate investing to make another job. So very quickly, I was like disheartened. This sucks. And what happened was I read a book called Lifeonaire, like millionaire, but Lifeonaire. And in this book, I quickly found out that I need to know my why, as into why am I investing in real estate. Now, when I found that out, I was quick to be like, oh, I'm doing this because fill in the blank, right? What is your reason to invest in real estate? Family, cash flow, retirement, you hate your job, whatever the case may be. And all of a sudden, these things don't seem so bad. So what I did was I quickly sold the property, brought that money back to my hometown, and I bought a 1 single family home cash. Now I know all the investors out there are like, oh my gosh, that's a terrible decision. The ROI, like you could have bought 20 single families, whatever. But I started buying properties based on my goal. And my goal was to alleviate my wife from her job and me quit mine as well. So this single family home rents for $2,000 and that's free cash flow. Now what I did was I have the single family, it gives me 100% cash flow. It's the best investment I've ever made. And now I put a line of credit on that property. And now this line of credit I'm able to use as I need to invest in other real estate and then pay off the line of credit. But now my time is free again. So I quickly realized that I can fix the problem. Now, this is one thing that a lot of people don't realize in real estate. Real estate is very, very forgiving. I bought that unit, I hated it, and I sold it in a year, and I still made money on it. It wasn't much, but I made like $20,000. I was able to bring that money back home, and I was able to reinvest it in something else. Great opportunity for myself. But in that, I learned what I wanted in real estate. My next mistake, flipping. A lot of people know in real estate investing that there is different aspects. There's wholesaling, flipping, cash flow producing properties, so long-term, short-term rentals. There's quite a few different ways, and they all make money. So this is why people get stuck in analysis paralysis, because they're like, there's so many different ways to invest in real estate. What's the right one? Well, the answer lies in your why. Why are you investing in real estate? And if you're looking for another job, like a job change, maybe short-term rentals or things of that nature are in your best interest. So you have to figure out what your why is to then know what you're going to invest in real estate. One of my second biggest mistakes investing in real estate is flipping, thinking that it was passive. Oh my gosh, was I wrong. Flipping is definitely a job. It nets you a big check and the taxes are terrible on it, but it is a great way to make some extra money. So what I did was I flipped, and it took me like 3-4 months to flip a property, and it took up a lot of my time. So personally, I don't flip anymore, but I do flip to pay off. If you remember a couple minutes ago, I told you the story about the line of credit. I flip a property, pay off the line of credit, use the line of credit to buy more rental properties. See what I'm doing there? So my active job can be either wholesaling or flipping, which then I use that to pay off the line of credit, which I then use the line of credit to buy more rental property. So my why has given me a roadmap to my financial independence, to my retirement, to all that. But it wasn't until I found my why that I was able to make that happen. So use my mistake of not knowing my why to your advantage. Figure out your why before you invest in real estate, and then start taking the path that's going to best benefit your why. Now, this is really important, and I'll leave you guys with this. Make sure that your why is exactly what you want, because the last thing you want to do is go 2 years down the road investing in your why. Remember, you're not investing in real estate, you're investing in your why, which you use real estate to get there. But you don't want to be 2 years down the road to figure out you hate your reason, and now you got to pivot. So now you might have to restart. So your why is crucial. A great way to find real estate is propstream.com. The link below, you can use my link for a free 7-day trial, and you're able to look at properties across the country. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe button before you leave if you want more videos. Thanks, guys.